Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in this video today, we are going to do a full breakdown of the NBA Jam 2-player Deluxe, aka Slim Katie from Arcade1up. This is a brand new form factor that they're introducing into their 3/4 scale line of games. But when it hit the community and the news broke that this was going to be kind of like their new form factor, or at least they were trying with their new form factor, it was met with a lot of negativity, very little positivity. And in this video today, we're going to go ahead and break down everything that you kind of need to know about this new form factor, because guys, guess what? It's not all that bad. So when Arcade1up first came out with this NBA Jam 2-player Deluxe version, I actually was really excited. I'm a big component, if you guys are fans of the channel and watch the videos, of, hey, look, let's take these 4-player decks and move them straight down to a 2-player form factor. We want to create more space for more games to be in our arcade. And at the end of the day, Arcade1up should want that too, because they're going to sell you more cabinets. So I think this is a huge first step to doing the right thing and to getting our 4 players like Simpsons, Turtles, Golden Axe, NBA Jam, NFL Blitz, games like that back down to a 2-player, because we're not cramming 4 players or 4 adults around these cabinets. It's just not feasible, and it's just not going to happen. So long and short, I was actually really excited that this design came to fruition and is made, and I think they did a great job of implementing this to a 2-player, what we always wanted, and to create more space in your arcade. Arcade1up got a little weird, and they're trying to reinvent the wheel a little bit. I always say, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because in this case, they added a foot pedal on this thing for stability while taking 5 inches off of the backside. And I would assume that that foot pedal is to counterbalance the control panel, so it's not tipping over and falling over. Why they took 5 inches out the back, I have no idea. Is that to maybe make more space in your aisles to your smaller room in your home arcade? I don't know. What I do know, though, is that could this possibly be the new form factor for Arcade1up going forward? That we're going to find more out later this year and going into next year of 2025 CES. I think once their lineup comes out, then you'll truly know that this is here to stay. But right now, the Slim Katie, the 2-player Deluxe, is kind of one of its own and unique body styles that no other Arcade1up 3/4 scale or XL cabinet has at the moment. And in this review video, guys, we are going to go ahead and break down the cabinet from head to toe, front to back, and everything in between, and also giving a comparison to last year's model, the NBA Jam Tournament Edition that you see behind me. I'm lucky enough now to own both of them. Which one's going to stay? I don't know. But in this review video, we're going to break down everything, so let's get into it. So starting off at the top like we always do, Arcade1up has always knocked these out of the park recently with their beautiful marquees. I absolutely love this traditional looking NBA Jam marquee, reverse printed acrylic. Absolutely looks phenomenal, looks great, bright vibrant colors in your game room, so there's no complaints there. I actually prefer this one over the tournament edition. And then bringing our down to the sides here, we have the screw cap covers in place. You can see that thinner body style for sure, and we'll talk about more of that later. They kind of had to take some concessions on the art, move the NBA Jam logo just down a little bit just so it can fit onto this body style. And you see the foot pedal there as well. Both of these side panels are going to be matching identically, so they're going to be the same there. And here's that side shot again on the other side. Taking a look at that with that control panel. Love the art. Very authentic to the original NBA Jam. Now this 2-player Deluxe version isn't going to be anything different than the other ones you see as far as the speakers go. Speakers sound great. Speaker grill covers are in place there. And we're going to move down to the 17-inch BOE monitor. Great viewing angles all around. The control panel here, absolutely love it. It's got that play guard deck surface. 1 and 2 players with their accurately colored joysticks, blue being on the left-hand side, right being on the right-hand side, representing player 1 and 2. I love that they went forward and got rid of these plastic deck protectors. I love the attention to detail here in the instructions being printed on there. The screw cap cover so your hands aren't rubbing against the rough screws. That's a welcome addition. These logos pop. This is one of the main reasons why I got this cabinet, because this is just a factory printed 2-player control panel. And even if you mod your control panels, you can't make it look like the factory, of course. And then moving down here to the front kick plate, you have the Arcade1up branded badging on the kick plate and the coin door. This coin door unfortunately does not light up. Arcade1up needs to make that a standard going forward to light up all of their coin doors. And then there's that infamous new foot pedal that is on this arcade. Speaking of the foot pedal, here I am playing the arcade just like normal, and no guys, it does not get in your way at all in the slightest. I have size 11 feet, so maybe if you had bigger feet, maybe it could get in the way. Here I am just rocking the cabinet. You can put your foot on it. It's very stable and secure. Now, speaking of stable and secure, here's me rocking the old last year's NBA Jam Deluxe Tournament Edition. And they're going to wobble quite the same. Here's the new NBA Jam Slim Katie. They both are going to rock no matter what the foot pedal being there or not. But when these things are crammed in between your arcades, they're not going anywhere. Taking a deeper dive here into last year's NBA Jam Tournament Edition side panels and artwork, you can clearly see that the NBA logo is going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more spaced out. On the Slim Katie here, things are much more condensed for obvious reasons. This is a smaller form factor, about 5 inches cut from the backside into those, and here is a side-by-side on what you're kind of losing in the new NBA Jam 2-player Deluxe version. You can clearly see the logo is much smaller there. And then coming back to the backside, you can see a little bit more of a shot there. It's about 5 inches smaller as depth-wise than the previous NBA Jam Tournament Edition. But I will say this, when they're side-by-side together, this is cool. Both cabs looking great. Now, obviously, this is a modded NBA Jam Deluxe. I have the 99 Lives control panel put in there for a 2-player version. So it's going to look a little bit different. But I will say that the NBA Jam 2-player Deluxe is about a half an inch taller in the marquee, as you see here. So that's good. I mean, it's a taller form factor, giving better viewing angles at the end of the day. Speaking of better viewing angles, last year's NBA Jam, the screen sat a little bit lower. You see there it's 1.5 inches. This is 2.5 inches now on the new one. That creates way better viewing angles, not allowing your head to tilt so far down when you're looking at the screen. So I wanted to go ahead and measure the control panel width being 19.5 inches. And then the depth of this as well, because many people think, well, this is 10.5 inches. Did the control panel shrink because it's a smaller form factor? No, it did not. And comparing that now to their latest form factor, X-Men 97 coming out, this is the same height and the same depth and the same width as far as the control panel goes. So 19.5 inches across, 10.5 inches deep there. So this is going to be the same control panel, so you're not losing any hand space at all. And the sound on this version of NBA Jam is exceptional, and you can give a listen for yourself. Same 3 games are included with this one: NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and NBA Jam Hang Time, so you're always going to have those. Each game has its own dip switch settings. You can do scan lines, smoothing, which is really cool. At the end of the day, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do, set difficulties, all that jazz. This will have online, so you can play people online. There's a ton of people online right now. This cab has always been notorious for having a ton of people to play with, so you'll never fall short of that. When you hit the live button, you can go through and set up your live, your username, and everything like that. I'm going to get in some gameplay so you guys can kind of see some gameplay for yourself. So once you start the game of NBA Jam, you're going to get into this new dip switch menu here for player 1 and 2. Once you coin in and hit that first player start button, it's going to give you an option to select through player 1, 2, 3, or 4. You guys can have the option to play together or against each other and who you want to be, the tip-off guy, the defender, right out of the gate. So this is cool. Kudos to Arcade1up for doing this, because it's going to allow some of those other 4-player games that come out to then choose who you want to be. Think of The Simpsons, for example. You're not locked in to Homer, Bart, Marge, or Lisa. You can go ahead and pick your character. So really cool stuff here on Arcade1up's part. And you're just going to coin in like normal and start the game. Speaking of the game, we're going to go ahead and get into some gameplay footage right now.
Tip-off. And this game is underway. Pippen. Oh, passes. Rodman takes it off the glass. There's the alley-oop. Murdoch. Rejected. With a hand in his face. He turned it over. Raises up. He lays it up. Pippen. Pippen. There's the alley-oop. Murdoch. A pull-up jumper. Pippen. Again with a shot. Rodman grabs the ball. Pippen at short range.
And the top part of the new NBA Jam Deluxe is going to be about 7.5 inches in the top, comparing that to last year's NBA Jam Deluxe with about 15 inches there. And then the bottom of the NBA Jam Deluxe, the new 2-player, is going to be about 15 inches on the bottom half. And the last year's NBA Jam Deluxe is going to be about 20 inches on the bottom. So there's that 5-inch difference. The full breakdown and comparison of last year's NBA Jam to this new form factor, the 2-player NBA Jam Deluxe Slim Katie edition from Arcade1up. Guys, I think it's going to be here to stay, to be quite honest with you. And I know, I'm going to get a ton of flack, but hear me out. If we can get new and exciting titles to Arcade1up, stuff that we haven't seen before, stuff that they have the capability and the licensing to do, I'm all for this new form factor. I got to be honest with you. It's about the games and it's about having fun. And I hope it can be a thing. I mean, we're hoping for CES of 2025 to really, really see. But guys, I mean, that's my 2 cents, and that's what I think. What do you guys think at the end of the day, guys? Leave a comment down below. Did you like it? Did you love it? And I would assume you're probably going to hate it. But I want to know your thoughts at the end of the day, guys. Give this video a like on your way out. And as always, this is Danny from the CornerCade, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.